I bought a lot of cars over the years, and there's one thing that I cannot stand, and that is to pay retail. And there's one thing that I like even less than paying retail, and that is dealing with dealerships. Hi, my name is Eric, and I've got a car channel, and I'm here today to show you how to get the best possible deal on a car that doesn't involve dealing with sales guys directly at the dealership. I'm not selling you anything, I don't have any program, I'm not sponsored by any dealership. This is just the way I do it and how I get the best deal. So please watch the whole video because this technique always works. It's worked for me many, many times over. So let's get right into it. Rule number one is don't go into the dealer, and let me tell you why. That is because their whole game at the dealership is to keep you here as long as possible, to get you emotionally invested in the car, and to make as much money as possible. So we're not going to deal with these guys right up front. We're going to do everything from our phone, or it's a little bit easier if you've got a home computer. So let's go back, let's sit down in front of a computer, and let me show you how this works.
So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna find all of the car dealers within, let's say, a 500-mile radius. If you live perhaps in the Midwest or something, you might want to expand to the whole state. I'm in Los Angeles, so let's just Google Toyota. All right, so I'm just going to pick the first one, which is Toyota Santa Monica. Now, I just want to say I am not affiliated with this dealer in any way, shape, or form. This is not an endorsement. It's just the first dealer that came up in the Google search. And so what I want to do is I want to try to find the contact information for this dealer. So let's poke around a little bit here. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, contact us. So they have some phone numbers. We don't want to call them. Here it is down at the bottom, contact us. So I'm going to click on that. And here we go. So here's a place to enter your email. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send them an email. See this chat bot popped up right here? Don't bother with that because the whole purpose behind a chat bot is to get someone to call you. So avoid the chat bot. So rule number two, don't give them your phone number. They want to get in touch with you. They want to call you. They want to try to convince you to come into the dealer. You don't want that. I don't want that. All right, so I'm going to put my name in. And I'm going to put an email in. All right, so I'm going to make my email really simple so they just get right to the point. Hi, I'm interested in a Toyota 86 GT edition. I'm looking for, let's say, red or black. Can you give me your best price? Eric, and I'm gonna hit send, and that's it. Okay, so the thing is you want to do this for about, let's say, 30 dealers. Now, that's obviously probably going to go outside your city or your town or wherever you're at. The idea is to send it out to a whole lot because you're not going to get everybody responding to this email. Most people just ignore it. Now, if you're emailing a lot of people, you might want to start a spreadsheet. You can do that in Google Docs, for example, just to kind of keep track of who you've emailed and who you got a response from. So I got a spreadsheet up just to show you how I might do it personally. Of course, you can do it your own way. So I'm going to put here Toyota Santa Monica. I'm going to do web form, and I'm going to do sent. It was May 9th, 2019. Response, no. And that's it. So that way I can just track all the dealers. Hopefully this is going to stack up and you'll email a few of them. Now it's time for rule number 3, and that is to relax. You don't want to rush on this. You want to wait about a week. You want to get maybe, hopefully, 4 or 5 different responses. So while you're relaxing, maybe you can go and, play some Pokemon Go or something. You don't go to the dealer. You definitely don't call the sales guy. You let everybody come to you. That's the whole point. You're trying to maintain control in this relationship because this is a relationship all about control, and you don't want to give it to the dealer. You want to be the one who's got the power in this relationship. So let's say you get some emails back, and some of the dealers are going to show you, hey, I've got this at MSRP. Here's the sticker on the car. What are you willing to pay? How much do you want to make your payments per month? That kind of stuff. Don't go for that. They're trying to suck you in. They're trying to get you into a conversation. You just want to reply back with, I'm looking for the best price. What is your bottom line price? Perhaps out the door, you might want to say, just got the bottom line price. A lot of them will say, give me a call. Don't engage that way. Just move on and keep waiting until you get your 4 or 5 hopefully responses. So you're at that point where you've got a couple emails back, you found the best price. So at this point, you've got a decision to make. You can go in and make the deal, and you can do that. I would recommend, however, maybe calling them or maybe emailing them and confirming 100% that the car that you want is sitting on the lot. Let's say I'm looking for that Toyota 86 GT edition in red with a manual. I don't want to go in and find out that I'm going to get baited and switched. They've got a bunch of black ones, they got some white ones, they got some ones in a different package that I don't want, that are more expensive with options I don't want. Pretty common tactic. Call, make sure that they got that specific car sitting on the lot waiting for you, and if they do, let them know that you're a serious buyer and you're going to come in and you're ready to make a deal. This is your money. You hold the cards. You're in control of the situation, not the sales guy at this point, so you want to keep it that way. So let's say you're at the dealership, you can go ahead and start the paperwork. They're going to ask you about a trade-in. Have you got a trade-in? Your answer is going to be no, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. The reason you don't want to disclose that you have a trade-in is because they're going to try to sweet talk you and say, oh, we're going to give you, a great deal on your trade-in. They're going to try to get you off of that MSRP price that you already negotiated. Hey, we can give you a little bit more for the trade-in. Would you be willing to pay a little bit more for the car? We had got another one over here that's got more options. Don't talk about your trade-in. Do the deal strictly on that car that you have basically negotiated and found already. Now they're going to talk about financing. So rule number 5 is, that's 5 fingers right there, is bring your own financing. Typically, dealer financing is not going to be as good as you can get. You can pretty much always get better financing somewhere else. So do your research up front. There's a number of different websites that you can do comparisons for different rates. You can check your credit rating. You're pretty much going to get a better deal bringing your own financing. I can almost guarantee that. Their objective is all about making as much money as possible. They can make a lot of money on you in financing. If you can get, let's say you can get 4% and the best dealer is going to give you 5%. If you figure that out over, let's say, a 4-year loan or something like that, or even longer, it's actually going to work out to a lot more money, maybe $1,000 or more. Bring your own financing. So you've done your deal with the sales guy. Now they're going to send you to the finance guy. Now this guy is actually not really the finance guy. He is the closer. His job is to tack on as much profit for the dealer as possible. And his job is to try to add on as many fees as possible. And this is where you just basically got to sit through it and say no to everything. They're going to try to add VIN etching. They're going to try to add rust protection. They're going to try to add dealer prep fees, lifetime wax, interior protection, advertising fees, all that kind of stuff. They're trying to emotionally manipulate you. They're trying to get you basically invested in the car so that they're trying to get you to do the deal right there. Their goal is to keep you in the dealership. They know that the second you walk out the door, they're losing a potential sale. So they're going to try everything they can to do to try to keep you there. Again, you want to maintain control, so it's fine to walk out of the dealer. If you're there, let's say on a Friday or a weekend or something like that, you walk out the door because the deal isn't happening the way you want it to, they will call you back on Monday or Tuesday. This has happened to me a bunch of times too. So I never deal with all these ridiculous fees that they try to add on. So this technique that I've been talking about, this works pretty much just on new cars. And if you can believe it, there's actually less profit in a new car than a used car. And that's because pretty much a dealer has to sell the car close to MSRP, well, a little bit below it, but they don't have as much wiggle room in the price as they do in a used car, where they're going to buy it. Let's say they buy your used car for $4,000 and they turn it over and they sell it for $8,200 or something like that, or $6,500. They're making a lot more money on that. With a brand new car, there's just less wiggle room for a dealer. So this pretty much is designed for new cars. Also, if you're dealing with exotic cars, and I put that in air quotes, cars that are, let's say, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get that kind of deal too. You might be able to do it, but if you're set on a car like that, obviously you're sort of dealing with a different price bracket and you're dealing with a different kind of dealer, if it's like a Porsche or something along those lines. I really hope that you found this information helpful, and if you did, I've got a free Discord server. You can come chat with me in the group anytime. I'm on there pretty frequently, and also I've got a Patreon, which means that you could get early access to the videos, you can get discounts on merchandise, you can have group chats, you can have a lot more interaction with me. If you like that idea, it starts at $1 a month. It's linked right down below. Hope you enjoyed this. See you in the next video, and there's a couple of videos up right over here if you want to click on them.